go to work. We did it.
Thank you for joining us again this week.
I'm back.
He's back. Goodness.
I'm 8 pounds down.
Where?
Somewhere.
Where?
That's a good question. My clothes all fit the same, but I know I'm 8 pounds down.
And by the way, you were inviting yourself to the postseason barbecue.
Why wouldn't I?
You're gonna get that 8 pounds back real quick.
Easy.
I mean, listen,
I'm making room.
Because I told you, he keeps trying to doubt my skills. Every week he's asking the kids, like, Coach can't really cook anything, can he? I want you guys to be there. I have to really start thinking about the menu now. That's what's crazy about it.
In all fairness, there are a ton of coaches and parents that owe us meals.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
They've done a lot of talking over the years. Do you ever get food from the coach
Mike
out of
Robinson?
Yeah.
No.
Nothing.
No. Believe me, I've called him out.
Noah
on that,
Kim's
too.
dead.
No.
It's a lot of coaches.
I'm waiting for them brisket tacos, though.
I'm gonna have to be the one that falls through so I can be the best.
You got that's it.
We had a very heated Star Wars discussion before this got started.
Yes, we did.
Before we get to I know what you're looking for. Before we get to anything else, first district title?
Yes.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it. It's very exciting. Obviously, it's great for the kids, the parents, and the school to be able to do that. Now we don't have to worry about having two different schools having the numbers both on their banners this year because we got the regular season and the district tournament title. Beating a very good Osborne team who was the two-time defending district tournament champ, so had to dethrone them. And the kids came out and executed the game plan and really almost to perfection, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, is that your third time playing them this year?
Yes.
What did you do differently this time as opposed to the last time?
You know, the thing about playing them is that they run a style that makes you play ugly. They slow it down offensively for the most part. They pack it in the paint with their 3-2 and their man-to-man, almost like watching UVA play defensively. So one thing that we had to make sure that we did is we wanted to dictate the tempo. We didn't want it to be a slow-down game because most of their games you see they're like in the 40s and 50s. You know, and to be honest with you, I watched the film probably more than I should have of both games. And neither one of those games we play well. We just had a good stretch in the first time we played them, and that's why we won. The second time we played them, they made the game their style. We didn't make anything. So we decided that we had to make the game fast all the time, makes and misses. We trapped them all over the place and pressured them all over the place and made them play at a pace that I don't think that they're very comfortable at. They don't have the amount of depth that they've had in the past. So, you know, kind of getting into their bench, some guys playing more minutes than he probably wanted to. So we did a good job of that. And then, you know, Hagen Van Diver was outrageous. He had 33 points on 12 shot attempts. He was 13 for 13 from the foul line. I mean, he was phenomenal. I can't say enough about the performance that he put on. And then Devin was Devin. He had a quiet 18. Right. You know, so it's crazy to think that you have 18 and it's quiet because the other guy had such a loud 33. So, but those two combined for 51 points of our 64.
Yeah.
And then Jakai controlled the paint, rebounded the basketball, protecting the rim.
Right.
Timely shots by Yusuf. Marcus being the defender that he is, taking the charges that he does, and had some contributions from guys off the bench playing good minutes. So, you know, I was very happy with the performance and wasn't too much I could really look at and nitpick at other than the fact that we need to shoot better from the foul line. Hagen goes 13 for 13. The rest of the team goes 2 for 11. So that's not a good thing, but, you know, to get a double-digit win in the district tournament championship game against a very good basketball team, I'll take that.
Right.
I'd love to have a quiet 18.
Yeah.
Just
nice.
Once.
That's
I'd love to have a quiet. I'll take any 18.
I like to have my son's little league team score 18 points.
Right.
All right, Coach, I'm not looking for one of these generic high school basketball coaches' answers.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, right.
Uh-oh.
So your record is 20-2?
Correct.
You lost 2 games.
Yes.
Right? One's against the school down the beach. You told me the others play your worst games of the season. So 2 games. Take yourself back to the beginning of the season with your expectations to this point, I know the season's not over. You got your head down, looking forward to regionals, but have you had a chance to kind of, celebrate what you've accomplished so far this year?
The crazy thing, and I remember I told Rob this in the beginning and whoever else would listen to me, we won 15-8 last year, won the regular season district title for the first time ever, and we graduated our 3 leading scorers, one guy that was first team All-State, another guy that was all-region, another one that was all-district, a 4th starter in Miles Middleton, and, it was 4 other seniors from that team, so we had 8 seniors on that team, and I said that we were going to be better this year. And everybody that I said that to looked at me like I was crazy. Now, he did a good job of disguising his face when I said it. But then after the fact, when we started the year, he was like, I had thought you were crazy when you said that. Yeah. So did I think that we were going to be sitting at 20-2? I can't say that because, that's, that record sounds crazy to say it out loud. But every now and then, like as I'm sitting there watching practice and just thinking about the stuff and looking at guys, I'm like, man, this is amazing. Like just to see it and to see the reaction of not only the kids, the parents, the school, the community. I mean, we went to Velocity after the game. Velocity Wings is a great place.
Shout out to Jim Spiros.
Yeah, right. We went there after the game and walking in, it was packed in there and all our families and stuff were there. And the whole restaurant stood up and started clapping because, of course, I had to carry the trophy with me.
Yeah,
so
got to.
Those type of things and people that have helped out to feed our kids at different points in time of the year, just seeing how we're being embraced by the community and the school has been awesome to see. And the kids work their tails off for it. So it's not like it's something where their talent is just the reason why they're having the success that they're having. It's been a long road. I'm sure they haven't enjoyed a lot of the things that we have done, but they knew it was what they had to do to be successful. And hopefully we can keep it going past this point.
There's a lot of people throughout this year. I've watched, since you guys won the other night, I watched a couple of things that have been going on social media. There's a lot of people who I know did not give you all respect. I've seen it, but now they all want to come out of the woodworking and say, oh, coach, y'all are great. Oh, Hagen's great, this and that.
Right.
Yeah.
Where y'all been? Where have they been?
I mean, listen, it's me and you have conversations, and a lot of them off camera, about some of the things that are said. And I know that people think, well, they haven't played anybody, and the competition in their league is down, and all the types of things that you hear. Their point guard is small. Wait till their guards have to see these dogs from this area. I've heard everything. They went down to the beach and lost the game. They're really good teams down there, and we lost by 3. So it's just to think that you're going to go undefeated is crazy to think about. But it's a great motivation piece for us. The thing that stuck out to me when I was thinking about it, and also we have some more to go, is that we have beaten 3 different district tournament champions in Northern Virginia. Colonial Forge, who was the first place in their district, beaten Marshall, we've beaten South Lakes. Osborne, who's got 5 losses, we got them twice. I'm trying to think who else. We've played a pretty tough schedule.
Right.
And just the fact that people look at it and they just were kind of poo-poo on it, and because the history of the school isn't that great. So I'm fine with it. If they want to start jumping on the bandwagon now, I'll let them get on there. I'm not going to have anything to say. I can't say that that's going to necessarily stay the case if we win the whole thing, but I try my best to be of sound mind and not really kind of be negative in those aspects. But, I know that we start out the season, and it was crazy to think that we weren't even ranked in the top 20 schools in Northern Virginia.
Right.
And I was shocked. But when you look at it, could I really be shocked with what we graduated? So when they looked at it, they said, no way. I mean, we didn't have anybody coming back that averaged in double digits. Our highest returning score was 7 points a game. Hagen's averaging 15 and a half. He was a 7 minutes a game guy. So these guys worked. They knew what their potential was. I knew that they had a high level of basketball skill, and their work ethic and intensity is just off the charts. So I'm happy for them.
Well, speaking of, we had a chance to sit down with a couple of your guys before. Griffin and Marcus.
Yep.
Marcus, he's not shy about letting you know that he takes more charges and he's in the right place all the time.
Listen, defensively, he might be right. And even when he's in the wrong place, he works so hard to get back to where he's supposed to be. So
that's all you can ask for.
Exactly.
Well, take a look. All right, guys. I've talked to a bunch of your teammates about the season. Obviously, you guys are good. You're all right. You're okay. Let's talk about something else. Before the season started, strength and conditioning. Don't get shy now. You guys had a lot to say before we got started here.
Well, coach is always telling us that we need to do a lot more in the off season because other teams are not going to be really getting after it because they're like just going through the motions and all that stuff. But he's really been pushing us and working with Deontay, and it's just been a lot of work, you know.
Yeah,
It's been a lot.
it was not fun, but yeah, we had to do it just to get us prepared for the season. And like Deontay came out every 3 days a week and just pushed us as hard as we can because he knew no one else would be doing this, so we'd just be more ready than everyone else.
You asked for 5 days, right?
No, I didn't.
Now, so what kind of preparation? What did you do this year that was different from previous years?
Well, mostly we went on the track 3 days a week, and then we'd have basketball workouts 2 days a week. So we just pushed ourselves a lot harder. We were more accountable for our teammates, and just like whenever the young guys would slack off, we'd have to get on them, and we had to set an example for them.
Okay. As far as the strength and conditioning part, getting ready for the season, obviously, I think it started out with 1 day a week, right?
Yeah.
What else was different about that other than the 1 day to 3 days thing? What else was different about the preparation to get ready for the season?
I think we're like once it was like 1 day a week we were able to rest and stuff, but once it we started picking up and it started getting closer to the season, we started doing more work conditioning, and then it started to get harder for us, and we had to get more on the younger guys, and yeah.
All right. Now, as you guys have been in the program, how satisfying is it to have a season like this? I mean, you guys, last year wasn't a bad year, you know what I mean? But this year, how satisfying is this for you guys this year?
It's really nice, just considering that no other team, when the old guys come back, they can't talk trash to us like they could last year, and just they don't have anything against us because we did what they couldn't do.
And they don't have a district championship, but we do, and we could brag about that. And also, we still have regionals, but I think we can really go far this year.
Yeah. Well, as far as the districts go, winning that game was obviously a big step for the program. But take me through that night a little bit. How was that for you guys? What was the celebration like?
Before the coaches came in, we all started to grab water bottles and stuff. But then as soon as they came in, we started just splashing them all over each other.
Yeah, we waited for Coach Rivers to get in the middle and just started lighting them up with the water bottles.
In the suit?
Yeah.
Was he upset?
No.
Not at all?
No.
All right. Next time, I'll supply Gatorade.
That would be
All
nice.
right? I got no problem doing that. Obviously, you guys had to overcome a lot of people doubting you guys along the way.
Mm-hmm.
How much motivation is that for you two individually, not just the team, but individually? How much does that motivate you guys?
It just pushes us a lot harder, considering since we've never actually been a top contender, and we never even now people still don't rank us high enough that we should be. So it's just a big motivating factor for us.
And people really didn't think we were going to be that good because we were bad in the past, but we taught them that we could be more than we were than last year, and we got a new coach and stuff, so he's been really pushing us to work and try to let people know that we are here and we can compete and stuff.
Okay. Who takes the most charges on the team?
Me. I'm just always in the right spot at the right time.
You're always in the right spot at the right time. Awesome. Except when it comes to counting.
Oh yeah.
So I get 1, 2, 3. That's all. Come on. I'm not going to leave you alone about that either.
Not the best in the classroom over there.
All right. Well, all right. Jakai and I talked last week. I asked him, because your coach is always telling me how good of a cook he is. He tells me he can cook prime rib, all this stuff. Jakai said he was a better cook. Did you all enjoy his food, or did you eat his food?
I really enjoyed his food.
Oh,
It was
God.
good.
It was good.
You.
He made burgers, mac and cheese, all that stuff, wings. We went over to his house last year.
He made the wings?
Yeah, he made
Yeah.
it.
He made them.
Yeah.
He didn't make no wings. Those were bought and put in a pan. You
He did a
guys,
good job cooking them though.
really? Well, guys, I wish you the best of luck moving forward. You got regionals coming up this week. You guys ready to get after it?
Oh, yeah.
The team we're playing, when we know the team we're playing, I think we're going to be ready for them. And hopefully the snow holds out so we'll be able to play this game.
Yeah, we've seen both the teams that we're playing before in team camp and fall league, so we'll be ready for them.
Good. Well, good. Well, guys, thank you very much. Best of luck to you, and we'll see you next week.
1, 2, 3.
About the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was awesome.
I got a question for you, Coach.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
This is easy. So year after year, we talk to coaches about they break up the season, sometimes in the quarters, sometimes in the thirds, and there's, the regular season and
Yep.
the postseason. High school is, it's unique in that there's so many different sections of the season. You have your preseason, your regular season, your Christmas tournament season. You go in your district tournaments, now you pass that point. How do you get your guys to go to a next gear when it's constantly like, okay, time to take it to a next gear? You
That's an amazing question.
Yeah. Well, how do you go from a district championship gear to regionals?
Well, I wish I could tell you exactly how that goes. As a head coach, I've never done it. So I'm hoping that we figure it out this week coming up.
Ask him in 2 weeks.
And I can tell you the answer there. But, it's what we've tried to really just set short-term goals. And it's hard not to look forward to things and ask questions. And, sometimes you can be superstitious, like, well, just worry about this game. But to act like they're not going to do it is just silly. So even before we played the game on Friday, I talked about the possibilities of the bracket because we were already the 1 seed.
Sure.
Now, this wasn't like we were looking past Osborne because I knew that we had to beat them for a momentum standpoint.
Right.
But I was confident that we were ready for that. So, and I think a lot of times when people try to break it up and only talk about certain parts or like go to this next gear, well, the playoffs are different. It's a different animal and knowing how to do that. And it's great that we had some kids go through the loss last year when we played Madison. So we just try to practice. Practice is short at this point in time of the year, about hour and 15 minutes.
Right.
Just get after it really quick, get some shots up and get out of there. Try to keep them fresh mentally and physically as much as possible. Throw them the little motivational pieces. I'm going to say this, and this is funny because I'm sure that Rocky probably didn't know, and he probably didn't even watch the show, to be honest with you. But one of his assistant coaches, when they lost a game about a month ago, went on Facebook and said, we'll see who wins the Cedar Run district in a couple of weeks. So I held on to that.
Right.
And sent it to my team the day of the game.
Right.
Like little things like that, or the different talking heads on the different shows talking about how other teams are favored to win the state or the district or the region. And I send it to them and let them watch it and don't say anything. And these are the type of kids that take that stuff super personal. So talking about finding another gear, we've been working and training and doing all the stuff to prepare ourselves for the long haul.
Right.
So it wasn't something where we were going to gas out. I thought last year we gassed out. I did so much in the last couple of weeks of the season to put us over the hump of winning the regular season. And when he went into the regional playoffs, he was broken down. Now, he also carried a football team a long way as well. So he had a long, long year overall. The only guy that we had that was a football guy was Jakai. He's not a huge minutes guy for us, even though he does a lot for us. We're good at monitoring his time and doing some things. He actually had a week and a half off because he rolled an ankle during the season, which probably was a blessing in disguise, to be honest with you. And plus the regimen we went through in the off season was all geared to making a run into March. So we did the things that we're supposed to do. We set short-term goals before Christmas. We set a goal to win the Christmas tournament games. Then we said, let's go undefeated at home. Let's win the district regular season. Now, the goal was to go undefeated. and Osborne stopped that from happening.
Right.
But 7-1 is still pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that you set goals to do things short term so they can focus in on that, and then while they're doing that, they're achieving long term goals as well.
Right.
Like you look up. We set all these short-term goals, and you're 20-2.
Yeah.
Like we talked about having a 20-win season. You do long-term and short-term. Well, we achieved a long-term goal without even thinking about it.
Right.
Because you're just so set on that one thing that you're doing at the time. So, we have to wait and see. Obviously, the way the regional tournament is set up, we won't know who we're playing before we practice. So we have to wait until Tuesday night to figure out who's going to win that game, and we play them Wednesday. Usually, we'll get up in the morning or have a little short shoot around just to talk about them a little bit, and and we'll be prepared as much as we can be going into that game.
Cool.
Yeah.
I missed half that answer. I'm distracted over here. I'm gonna tell you what. I don't know if I've seen this one before. I saw the other white one. I don't know if I've seen this one before.
This one, I broke this one out today. I figured I have to wear something different every time I come on. I feel like it advertises to everybody that we got nice stuff.
They make that in a 3X.
I was about to ask.
They do make it in different sizes. I can see.
Different sizes. Wait. Do I gotta get on staff to get that?
He made sure he pointed out that one's not a 3X. He made sure.
I've been chasing a ring for a long time. Let's tell you about a ring. Are you married?
Yes.
Has your wife ever asked you for a right-handed ring?
What?
You know what that is?
No, what does that mean?
Oh, don't let Megan watch this show then. A right-handed ring, I guess, is it's something equivalent to like an engagement ring, but it's just extra. Expensive, gaudy jewelry. That's what my wife asked me for.
That's what happens when you got money, man.
I need a right-handed ring. No, I need a right-handed ring.
I have never heard of that.
What?
I have a couple
heard
of
of that
right-handed state championships.
Look at that. See, that's what I'm looking for. A right-handed state championship
I'll
ring.
tell you what, I hope that we can fulfill your dreams.
Y'all got anybody that just recently got fired or needs to be there? I got time.
It's a funny thing. There's a guy named Rashad that comes and helps out around the school, and the funny thing is that he used to do it over at Potomac when I was there. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I got the job here and I'm at the first football game, like he's like here, like helping out. I'm like, Rashad, what the heck are you doing here, man? He said, I had to make a move. I'm like, are you following me? And so Rashad at Potomac used to be funny because we would go through the season. And the 2 years that we won it, all of a sudden you see Rashad show up and he starts riding the bus.
Right.
He's hanging around at practice. And so this year, like last year, he didn't do this. Mm-hmm. So this year, all of a sudden, Rashad was like on the bus with us. I said, man, we might win this. I said, because Rashad has a sixth sense for knowing when it's coming.
That's what I need to be. I need to be casually in the pictures with the water bottles.
Rob hit me up and said that you were going to be here today. I said, hey, listen, I'm not going to get too excited. I said, I just need to calm down. We still got a long way to go. I said, but a lot of things are aligning for us to look pretty good in this long run.
He's like the good luck charm.
Hey.
Not you, man.
I know Rashad.
Not you, man.
Rashad's a good luck charm. I can be the good luck charm, too.
We'll see.
I went to Flint Hill. They won. There's no correlation there.
None. It's okay. You had to throw that out
You're
there.
right. I did. Sorry.
You two, all right. You two are both dead wrong. Both of you.
Oh, don't you start this.
Both of you.
You know what he's about to say?
You about to say something real dumb about
He is.
DC comic movies.
He is.
No.
No?
You gotta separate. Because those guys, you gotta separate.
can't
Because that
separate.
Batman movie was way better than all the other DC movies.
It absolutely, it was better than the other DC movies. I'll give you that.
But it's still a DC comic book
Ain't
movie.
better than Superman 2. Don't you talk bad about General Zod.
All
Both
hills
wrong.
out.
You know what? I'm a little bit surprised by it.
By what?
By the fact that one, Infinity War is too serious.
It's awesome.
It's too serious.
My kids were crying at the end of the movie.
Everybody was crying at the end of the movie. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
The movie was great.
There were grown men be like, what are you looking at? I'm not crying, you're crying.
I wish I had a camera on my head right now so that people could see the two faces staring evilly at me right now.
It was so bad. It was so bad that I had to break out. I have the original Infinity Gauntlet comic book series.
Nah.
I had to break it out and tell my kids, it's all going to be
It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Coach, going into the regionals this week, We talked a little bit about it off camera, but what are the teams that you're looking at for your first matchup?
Okay, so we have the winner of Oakton and McLean. That'll be Tuesday night, so we'll obviously get to go watch that and see how that goes. The next part of the bracket down is Marshall versus Osborne Park, I want to say, and then I can't remember who the next teams are. So to get to states, you have to win 2 games for us because we got a first round bye.
Mm-hmm.
So we would get the winner of Oakton and McLean. Marshall would play OP, and then whoever the winner of that game would play whoever the other teams are in that bracket. So we would have to beat a couple of pretty good teams to get there. So
everybody's pretty good at this point.
yeah, that's what I told the kids. You're not going to get anybody that's bad, So yeah, it's better that way. You feel like you really earn what you get. The benefit for us is that we play all our games at home as long as we keep winning. So
is it Wednesday?
Wednesday night, yeah,
Okay.
7:00.
Wednesday, Friday.
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday would be the scheduled games. The second round, semifinal, championship.
Okay.
How have the home games been, student-wise, crowd-wise? And do you have a message to the student body about the upcoming game?
Well, we'll definitely get it out there, and the kids that run our Red Nation have done an excellent job this year of getting things out and being super supportive. I know that we had a lot of staff members at the game on Friday night, which is awesome to see. So obviously when you win, people want to come watch. I remember my first year when we would lose games and they'd be like, there's nobody here. I said, I wouldn't come watch y'all either. I said, you're not winning. No one comes to watch you lose.
Yeah.
I don't know why you think that that's going to happen. I said, you guys wouldn't go watch another sport that was losing? So when you win, more people come. During the middle of the week, it's difficult. And obviously with basketball, it's a lot different than football. Everybody knows Friday night we're going to go to the game.
Right.
Basketball, you have games during the week, so it's all about making sure we get the message out to everybody and trying to get as many people there as possible.
Sure.
And, also we're playing a team that they're not going to necessarily know, so that doesn't give them motivation to go like when we play Battlefield or our district games. So we can just get, a good amount of people there and make some noise for us. And I tell the kids all the time, listen, it doesn't matter how many people show up. You guys practice against each other with nobody in the gym all the time, and it looks pretty good there.
Right.
So,
And it's a spot that you guys have never been before.
Right.
I know it's a, as a coach, you got a lot of work to do the next couple of weeks, but enjoy it as well.
Yes. I try to as much as I can. And I try to get the kids to understand this is fun. Obviously, to not act like it's a pressure situation and some stress with it would be unrealistic. But have fun with it. It's a game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You've worked your tails off. You're prepared for what you're supposed to do. If we were unprepared, I'd be nervous. So.
Yeah. Well, just to bring a little levity to the situation, that and Hagen played the same position.
Hey, listen, a lot of us looked a lot different a long time ago.
I was 100 pounds light.
I know. Shoot,
I was talking about I just lost 8 pounds. I don't know what 100 pounds.
We talking about high school. Just 6 years ago, I looked a lot different. So I'm, my old players see pictures of me. They said, "Coach, man, get in the gym."
What's your weight difference from 6 years ago?
I don't even want to talk about it.
Give me a number. Give me a range.
I'm not going to give you any sort of number because I know that it's not what it should be. So at some point in time, I'm going to start getting the motivation. The problem is when you play for a long time and you finally don't have to train to work out, you just don't feel like it. I remember when I got done playing.
I'm going to start using that answer.
Oh, no.
You don't feel like it, but then you have kids and you realize you better do something because not so much the part of you want to be healthy for them for the long term, which that is the right answer to say.
Right.
I just don't want them to ever beat me.
Right.
So I don't want to be in such bad shape that they run circles around me when I'm playing against them. So like I said, I have a 1-year-old son right now. I don't want to be sitting around and him whooping me in one-on-one when he's 10 because I can't move around. That's my motivation.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No.
My son's 8. He already thinks he can beat me. I just had to start rejecting the shots the other day.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
I did.
No mercy.
No mercy.
I beat my kids in everything. Video games, Uno. I cheat too. I don't care.
Hey.
I don't want any sort of trash being talked to me in my house.
How you cheating, Uno?
But you figure out ways.
Oh, man.
You figure out ways.
I don't want them winning anything.
Man. Losses now, Therapy later.
There you go. I remember my son's 11 now, but about a couple years ago, he said, let's play Madden. You know, he played video games all the time. I'm busy. I can't play as much as I used to. So he's like, let's play Madden. I'm going to get you this time. And like when he said that, it's like a switch flipped in my brain, like, I'm going to murder you. I was beating up 70-0, like in the first quarter. And I posted it online. And I was like,
do that.
Because
Everyone's enjoying it.
He deserved it. He deserved it. Don't trash talk me in my house. I pay the bills here.
I saw a thing the other day that dad was like, we don't do beatings here. We don't do spankings. He had the kid doing like wall chairs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That was good.
Like his legs were shaking.
Yeah.
He fell out. I was like,
My kids
That's
got
right.
in trouble one day. They were doing something. And I was like, the whole thing, like going to your room, that don't do anything, man. And I'm not going to like put my hands on you. I said, we might go run some laps around the neighborhood. And Anthony, you know Anthony.
yeah, Anthony gonna run.
Anthony was, what, can I do some more? I'm like, what's wrong with you? This is punishment. And then Jordan is like, I don't want anything to do with this. So I have to figure out something different for Anthony because working out is like fun for him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work.
No.
I could have used him yesterday, that's for sure.
Listen, he could have used you yesterday, that's for sure. The team was struggling.
Team struggling?
Yeah, it was
They have one team in this league. Now, you know, with second grade kids, there's usually like one really good kid.
Oh, yeah.
And then two kids that are okay.
Right.
This team, every kid on the team is good, and one is exceptional.
Yeah.
Like, you don't usually have second graders that everybody can, like, shoot and make layups.
Oh, yeah.
There's, like, one kid on the team that can't catch.
Right.
That can't walk and chew gum.
We got one. I hope his parents don't watch this. Now, my son's team is 7-0. But they won, outside of 2 games, they won every game by like 3 points or less. It's been, they ain't dominating everybody.
Right.
Just been fortunate. But we got this one kid. He's obviously never played basketball before. I can't even say this without laughing. Every time he gets the ball, because he travels every time. So now when he gets the ball, and he's like scrappy, he gets a lot of rebounds, a lot of loose balls. He immediately lays on the floor in the fetal position until somebody comes and takes the ball out of his hand. And it's the funniest thing here. Every time he gets the ball, he just lays down and waits for the point guard to come get the ball from him.
It's the most entertaining thing because every game, there's always one kid that almost shoots it in the wrong
Oh,
basket.
yeah.
Like, Anthony's had to block a couple shots on his own team because kids are already shooting the ball in the wrong basket. Like I said, this team that we're talking about, and then they have players on their team. And of course, me being the coach sitting there watching the game. Hey, where are you guys going to go to school at? they said Battlefield. I said, well, I don't like y'all at all now.
like
pad those
youth
rebound
basketball.
stats.
Youth basketball is incredible.
I feel like Jakai pads his rebound stats sometimes. So
Right. Well, I don't complain about nothing Jakai does.
right,
He's too big.
yeah.
Big.
Well, good luck this weekend.
Yeah,
regionals.
definitely.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
We'll see you if you guys keep winning.
That's what I told him. Hopefully we back for another show
About size me up.
Yeah, we gotta get
His right hander.
There you
I
go.
get a district championship ring. I don't care.
He just wants George.
Ain't nobody gonna ask what it is. I was gonna say it's a championship
That's
ring.
all they want to know. Yeah.
Staff I was on.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, if we don't get shut down because of him, we'll be back next week.
that's it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, coach.
Let's go to work. We did it.
Come on!